What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you all joining me. In today's video, guys, we got the 2018 F-150 XL behind me. And if you could read the title, we're doing two things today. One, we are removing the vinyl wrap off of this truck. And two, I'm going to be doing a little deep dive on whether or not vinyl wrapping is worth it. Maybe you're thinking about vinyl wrapping your car or your truck and you want to see the pros and cons of it. Well, what better way, guys, to look at it than with my own truck and peeling off the vinyl wrap here, guys. But I vinyl wrapped my truck about 3-4 years ago now. I'll give you the exact date. But this thing has been on my truck for quite some time. And I think it's about time before summer hits to go ahead and peel off the old vinyl wrap. Typically, you don't want your wrap to be longer than 4 years or so, because after that, with the elements and the sun and heat, it could all damage the factory paint or your clear coat and could ruin things below. So that is one thing you want to keep in mind if you are thinking about vinyl wrapping. You want to consider how long you're planning on keeping it for. I kept it through this winter because just to protect it one last time through the season, guys. But now with the heat coming by, I think it's time to go ahead and remove it. As you can see, the original factory color is Oxford white, and I miss it. So this is Cheetah Wrap's Sandstone Tan, I think, and it's a great color. I like it. It definitely used to be a lot more tanner than this, guys. I think the sun and all the elements kind of made it fade. Not only that, but you can kind of see these spots, these blemishes on the hood. Now, I know my truck's not the cleanest right now, but those blemishes that you could see very clearly, that is just damage from the sun, I'm guessing. It doesn't come off after I've cleaned it and all that stuff, so it has to be damage from the sun or elements or something on it. But you could also tell, guys, it's protected my paint, man. Look at those scratches. So let's go ahead and take a look at the condition of my vinyl wrap after 4 years of being on my truck. You can very clearly tell there are some scuffs and scratches on this thing. Hopefully the camera can pick it up, but it's there. I took it off-roading a couple of times now with it, and I'm glad I did, because if you've gone off-roading, guys, some of the trails are super narrow and you can get some West Virginia racing stripes, as they call it. Not only that, guys, there's a good number of it there. I know my truck's not the cleanest, so it's not going to do it full justice, but I definitely attest to that. It has protected and taken a good brunt of the force here of scratches and marks here. Hopefully my camera can pick it up, guys, but there's definitely some blotches, and it looks like it's some blushes happening in the wrap. And trust me, guys, it's not that it's dirty. Yeah, it's dirty, but that's definitely damaged from either the sun or something. I don't know, guys. It could also just be the quality of the wrap. So let's go ahead and start removing some of the vinyl wrap, guys. I'm a little nervous for this one. Now, if you're unfamiliar with vinyl wrapping, vinyl wrap is basically a large adhesive film. On the back side, it has the glue and adhesive. In the front, it'll have your finish. Vinyl wrap does come in many finishes, from satin, chrome, gloss to even carbon fiber finishes, and it's typically a giant roll, just like you see here, with the backing paper. So you would cut it to the shape that you're going to apply it to, remove the backing paper to reveal the adhesive side, and lay it down just like you would here. But we're doing the opposite, as you could see. Let's go ahead and talk about the pros of vinyl wrapping your car or truck, and the reason why I even decided to do it in the first place. Now, for starters, this being an F-150 XL, it means it's a work truck, it's a fleet truck. This thing easily blends in with common traffic, and I don't appreciate that at all. Vinyl wrap is the perfect solution for that, to make your car or truck stand out, and that's exactly what we did. Not only that, but this thing protects your factory paint from UV rays, rock chips, scuffs, scratches, all that stuff. You saw the vinyl wrap took the hit just like a bodyguard, protecting your factory paint. Not only that, but it is also reversible. It's removable, so if you have commitment issues just like me, then you can just plop this off, and with a second pair of hands, 2 heat guns, and a sunny day outside, you can knock it out in a day or two. And that's how long it took me to remove the wrap. Of course, mine was a little bit more meticulous because I tucked this thing behind trims and all these pieces, so it was a little more time consuming. But of course, it is removable, and you can expose back the original paint just like we did, in perfect condition, the way you left it. The next subject I want to glaze over is the cost factors of vinyl wrapping. Now, there are many factors that come into play for this, mainly the quality and brand you end up picking, the color, and of course the finish of the vinyl wrap. All that plays a huge role in how much your wrap is going to cost you. But to give you an idea, this is Sandstorm by Cheetah Wrap. Cheetah Wrap is a brand that I've just recently learned about. I bought them back in 2022, an entire 75-foot roll for $450, and 75 feet is more than enough to do a car and a truck. But now I just looked at their website, and that same 75-foot roll has now moved up to $550. Now, that's still considerably cheap. If you go to any other vinyl wrap supply website, they'll have a 75-foot roll for around $800 or so, depending, of course, on the finish and color. but it's always a good idea just to scope around and see what is out there and how much it's going for. Now remember, that is material only. This video is geared more towards people who are going to DIY the installation of vinyl wrap as opposed to taking your car or truck to a vinyl shop. They could charge you upwards from $1,000, $2,000, all the way up to $4,000 or $5,000. It also depends on what kind of vehicle you're trying to get wrapped. All right, let's go ahead and switch gears and talk about the cons of vinyl wrapping. There are only a few cons when it comes down to this, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and try to glaze through these as well. One being the time-consuming process this is, guys. Your vehicle, if you're planning on vinyl wrapping yourself, needs to be spotless. That means fully washed, fully clay barred, and completely free of any debris or anything that could be on top of the paint. The next one is the gamble you'll take if you apply vinyl wrap on top of your factory paint. There could be a chance that the wrap could ruin the clear coat on your vehicle, or it could ruin the paint when you remove it. Remember, it is an adhesive and it is still a glue, and exposure to all the elements and the sun and the heat coming from your engine bay, all of that plays a role. In fact, that's the reason why the wrap on top of my hood was starting to change color, is because of the UV rays and the heat that the engine bay was just shooting up from there, guys. Those are the reasons why your hood is probably more prone to getting wrap damage or getting paint damage in the long run. So that's something to be wary about. For example, this is my friend's Evo over here, and you can see there is a visible difference because I only vinyl wrapped half of his car. He went for a half black, half white look, and when we removed it from the hood, there was clearly a yellowish tint on the factory hood in the paint. But if you looked at the other side that wasn't wrapped, it was very clearly white. Well, there's a lot of adhesive left over. You can kind of see that. Doesn't help that my car is a dark colored car, and doesn't help that we have a bunch of watermarks. I did rinse the car as much as I can, but you can see there, vinyl wrap stole some of my paint, mostly on the bumper. Let's look at that. There's a good number over here. You can kind of see it at an angle. Look at that. That does not come off. So that's 100% adhesive. That is going to be a pain to remove, but more paint, and you guys can see there's still leftover vinyl. I could not take this off because, well, I did such a damn good job that it's pretty tucked in there. So that is the other thing to look out for when it comes to vinyl wrapping, especially when you're removing the vinyl wrap. You don't want to be too hastily with it. Use that heat gun. Make sure you're applying enough heat and distributing enough of that so that you can pull the vinyl wrap. Otherwise, you pull it off and you jerk it out like that, it's going to leave some adhesive marks, and those are pretty hard to remove. Fortunately, Goof Off is your best friend, but that is a little risky when you are vinyl wrapping your car. And there it is, folks. The 2018 F-150 XL is back to the XL white, the Oxford white, but man, does it look absolutely gorgeous. Now, I know the front bumper is still wrapped, and I think we're gonna go back to the factory bumper, guys. This bumper is like beat up. There's no sense in me trying to resuscitate this thing. I've already painted it once with bed liner, and that obviously didn't last too long. And it's pretty old, guys. This thing is an eBay Raptor style bumper. It's time to retire it. We might just go back to factory, or we might get another aftermarket. I'm not sure yet, but the Oxford white and the truck itself looks gorgeous, guys. Absolutely love it. And we will have to probably remove the door handles because you can see there's still leftover wrap tucked up behind the handle itself, because obviously when we wrapped the truck, we took off the door handles, we took off these window trims, we took off mirrors, we took all the good stuff off, guys. So we did a pretty thorough job. But to assess the paint itself, guys, I haven't really noticed any damage to the body or the paint apart from maybe some stuff that was previously there. I mean, we do have a couple little acorn dents here and there. We do have to pop out the headlight. Look at this, guys. The vinyl wrap is tucked up behind the headlight, so we'll have to plop that out. Now, I don't know if I'm going to put the pocket style fenders again. I kind of like it like this, guys. Look at the truck, man. It looks pretty sick like this, but we'll see if I throw back on the fender flares. Driver's side door handle for sure needs to be removed because we got a lot of wrap tucked up there. I'm going to have to remove the mirrors here. They're still wrap tucked underneath these window trims. Same applies for here. A lot of wrap there. But overall, guys, the body of the truck is actually pretty impressive, not gonna lie. Tailgate, the thing that should get beat up the most, looks pretty good. There's some wrap here. on the bed trim here. Not to remove that. This I damaged one day when I was loading up. I had to load up 3 toilets in the truck. So when I did that, I lowered the tailgate, but I lowered it on their loading dock thing. And when they loaded the toilets on top of that, it pushed up and scratched it up a little bit. Luckily, the wrap took some of the hit, but this could have been way worse. But that is it, man. I'm thoroughly impressed. Honestly, I thought there were going to be a lot more adhesive marks on the truck, but it's actually pretty. You see something here? I don't know what that is. Like paint fade. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's right here. It's right above my finger. You kind of see it there. See? I don't know what that is, but there are a few of those spots here and there. This was all previous to the vinyl wrap, so I know that that was already there. And there we have it, folks. The F-150 XL has officially been unwrapped. We are back to the XL white, that Oxford white. It's shining, guys. I'm actually impressed with how well the paint has stood up the test of time, really. It's been like 6-7 years now, and this is 2018, so that paint should be in a lot rougher condition, but it's not. It's actually pretty decent. Actually, I would say good condition overall for an XL truck. So I am thoroughly pleased, guys. Yeah, I know it's an XL color, but it looks beautiful. It's gorgeous, guys. I am happy with it. I know the front bumper doesn't match currently. We'll address that at a later video, so make sure you guys subscribe for that one. But to go back to the question, is vinyl wrapping worth it? And would I do this again? To answer that question, yes. Yes, I would, guys. I would definitely wrap my truck for the 3rd time, assuming I don't get a brand new truck soon. We're going to cross our fingers on that one. But I would definitely do it again, guys, because look at it. The vinyl wrap did its job. It protected the truck. It gave it a whole new personality. Whoa! There we go. Gave the truck a whole new personality. And overall, guys, it is just absolutely amazing how well it stood up the test of time here. Of course, there's going to be some wear and tear on the truck, guys. It's 7 years old. For Pete's sake, guys, it's a 2018, so of course there's going to be some imperfections here and there. But to have it this long and the body only have a couple of dings and bruises on it is still impressive, guys. I think that's the big plus with vinyl wrapping, for me at least, is just how much it'll protect your paint. But you guys saw the Subaru video. It ruined a bit of my Subaru paint, but granted, Subaru paint is kind of garbage. This, on the other hand, has stood the test of time, and I am thoroughly pleased. Not only that, but there really isn't much of a difference between this bit that has been exposed throughout that time. You can see all these scratches and little dings and stuff on there. Everything else, guys, I'm just happy. I don't think we're going to throw on the fender pockets again, but yeah. So to answer the question, guys, is vinyl wrapping worth it? I think so, in my opinion. Especially if you're doing it yourself, guys. Definitely going to save yourself a lot of money if you're going to attempt doing it yourself, but also be wary that it is a learning curve. You're going to make a lot of mistakes, so be wary of that and just make sure you have extra material to waste because it's trial and error, guys. So with that said, hope you all enjoyed this one. Hope you learned a little something about this video as well. The truck is back to white. We might go back to factory, or we might add some more stuff. I'm not entirely sure what the plan is for this truck currently because we're sitting at 106K miles. I'm looking at a brand new truck. I'm trying to get a brand new truck, but the numbers aren't there so far, guys. So stay tuned for that one. Appreciate you all joining me up to this point in the video. I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace and take care.